Breathe. Gain your composure. It ain't over till it's over. That verse hit me hard the first time I heard it because isn't that how it feels sometimes? You're giving your all, putting out good work, moving with purpose, and still it feels like you're pushing through mud just to stay afloat. Maybe you used to move faster, dream bigger, bounce back quicker, but now everything feels heavier. If you're in that place, I want you to know something. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're in your becoming. I'm Rachel Ray Henry, creativity expert, speaker, and the founder of Creative Flow Alchemy. I help leaders, artists, creatives, entrepreneurs navigate reinvention and return to their zone of genius. Over the past few months, I've been studying a specific kind of story. Not the highlight reels, not the overnight wins, but the real kind of comeback. The ones that happen after loss or doubt or a shift in identity so big it forces you to re-examine everything and start over. I call them the comeback creatives. And this series is about how people rebuild, not perfectly, but truthfully, creatively, and on their own terms. Inside this series, I use the lens of Creative Flow Alchemy, a method I've developed to help people understand the process of transformation. We begin with the catalyst, a moment that disrupts the flow. Loss, transition, disappointment, a hard stop. Then comes the inquisitive season, where you stop moving on autopilot to start asking better questions. It's where curiosity leads. Next is the inspire season, that spark moment, when the fog lifts and the ideas start coming through clearly. You remember what excites you and you begin to create joyfully again. Then the intuitive season, where you listen inward and you trust your lived experience to help you make the decisions that might not make sense to others, but feel deeply right to you. After that, the intentional season, when you move with clarity, designing systems to protect your peace, and you make choices that reflect your future you, not who you used to be. And finally, we enter integration, a period of wholeness, when you zoom out, look back, and move forward, bringing everything you've learned with you. That's the full cycle. And today we're going to walk that path through the story of one of my favorite artists, LaRussell.
I quit my job, I was invested in myself, I was knew that I would blow, took a risk, 5K into it, I lost 15,
Before we dive into LaRussell's journey, I want to make sure you have something for your journey too. I created a tool called Build Your Comeback Plan. It's a free worksheet that helps you reflect on your own creative season and start making moves immediately. You'll also get access to the full visual case study and our creator resource vault packed with interviews, tools, and inspiration to support your next chapter. The link's below. Feel free to pause and grab it to follow along or come back to it once you've taken this in. Okay, let's get into it. Before the millions of views, before the backyard concerts, before good company, there was just a kid from Cali with so much heart, but not enough resources. LaRussell saw how artists got used up in the industry. Signed, shelved, silenced. And he decided early on, if I've got to build it myself to stay true to who I am, that's exactly what I'll do. There wasn't one moment of failure. There was a series of truths. They stacked up until he couldn't ignore them anymore. He realized he didn't need permission. He needed alignment. And that shift, that was the catalyst. LaRussell's inquisitive season came quietly. No flashy rollout, no big team behind him. Just questions like, what would it look like to build something that actually felt good? And what if the fans could pay for what they want? And what if the stage came to them? See, while the industry told him to get in line, he asked a different question. What if I built my own? LaRussell read, he studied, he experimented, and in the process, he started to turn his art into infrastructure.
I don't like giving pity points,
Yes.
you know, I really tried to give the ones that it came on.
Then came the spark.
Used to run the city in a GT coupe, got repossessed, I was hurting. I quit my job, I was working.
GT Coupe, 2021, facts over feelings. Verse after verse, LaRussell found his rhythm. He found his lane and he found his why. And it didn't sound like anybody else's. It sounded just like him, raw, reflected, and rooted. This was his inspired season. The work got sharper, his message became louder, and the momentum real. Backyard shows, mic'd up porch performances, clips that felt like sermons. People didn't just watch him, they showed up. Because when someone's building something from a place of truth, you can feel it. But then came the offers, the cosigns, the opportunities. And LaRussell said no, not because he didn't want to grow, but because he knew the cost of growing out of alignment. This was his intuitive season, where he trusted what he had built and trusted what he truly knew. LaRussell was committed to making decisions based on integrity, not attention. I knew what I was worth before the world did, he said. He kept ownership, shared his process, protected his vision, and in doing so, he modeled a whole new way to move through the music industry. Then came the refinement, his intentional season. He started investing differently, built systems to support his team, clarified the mission and restructured his business, doubled down on creative performances. He wasn't chasing momentum anymore. He was managing it. We're not just dropping content, he said. We're building community. LaRussell turned his creative engine into a sustainable, intentional ecosystem, rooted in authenticity, powered by purpose, and designed to last. And now we're witnessing the integration of it all unfold in real time. LaRussell is showing other artists what's possible when you lead with integrity, when you're not just building for streams, but for impact. He's letting his story speak, his systems teach, and his life live out loud. Be the blueprint. It teaches that it's not about being independent just to be different. It's about being intentional and on your own terms. Quick update. Since recording this in late June 2025, LaRussell has done something remarkable. On October 5th, he'll host a $1,000 backyard concert experience in his hometown of Vallejo. He sold out the first show, about 150 seats in under 48 hours, then added a second show with another 100 seats, which quickly filled too. This was not a stunt. It's literally what happens when you build trust, offer value, and lead with creative integrity. If you're curious about the system behind this, I wrote an article called LaRussell and the $1,000 Backyard Concert Ticket. You'll find it in the resource hub for this case study, and you'll also see it linked below in case you want to read it on LinkedIn. So, Alchemist, what season are you in? Are you facing a catalyst? Sitting in reflection and asking better questions? Catching creative fire again? Trusting yourself to make bold moves? Or refining everything with clarity? Wherever you are, this is your invitation to begin again. Take the free Creative Flow quiz to find your season, and when you do, you'll unlock LaRussell's full case study inside the vault. Extended timelines, bonus interviews, a downloadable worksheet inspired by his journey, and the full resource library to support your comeback. No more waiting, no more wondering where you are. You are already in it. Drop your season in the comments when you take the quiz to let me know where you are. I respond to every single one. And remember, your comeback doesn't start when it's perfect timing. It starts when you explore your truth, the truth about who you really are, what you really need, and what you're really here to build. Let's get to work.